Hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Please invite your friends. And I apologize for being late a little bit. We have the internet company, which they came fast, surprisingly. And supposedly they did some change in my connection. So let us hope that is going to be good. And they just left. So today our topic is Mr. Insane, or Insan, sorry. Mr. Insane, he have always questions and nobody can answer those questions, we have to admit. I mean, last time he asked me a serious question, it was, show me where Jesus said he is a Christian. And you remember at that time I could not answer. I mean, come on. I mean, how you can show him that Jesus says I am a Christian? It's impossible. So this, those are genius. As you see, always when we debate Muslims, we meet with very high intelligence creatures coming from different galaxies. When they ask their questions, I don't know, they are like above a human race. Like they are genius, very smart. And today the question is very smart too. And I think all of you will be impressed how much history this guy he studies. So let us listen to Mr. Insane. And this is the title of his video. Christian Prince posing. Yeah, I do pose always, so take pictures. I don't even take pictures of myself. Ternyata, okay. Yesus Tidak Pernah Tahu Kitab Suci. I like Suci. Sushi is my favorite. Okay. Orange Christian. Okay, no problem. So Mr. Insane, he have something to say to you Christians, and let us see how many of you will leave Christianity after he give you this amazing information. Go ahead, Sushi. I mean Insane.
Christian Prince, have you any idea that Jesus actually never knew the existence of the New Testament, which consists of 27 parts from Matthew to Revelation?
We don't know that. I'm shocked. Guys, do you know that Jesus never know? Jesus never know. No, he did not. And he will prove it to you with evidence. Okay. Tell us more. Let's go back a little bit, because this was very, I mean, my head is hurting me already. I don't know what to say. I mean, this is really shocking. Okay. And I'm so glad you did not say to me the normal why. Why? Like that why is killing me. Just don't say it. Say anything. Say how, who, but don't use that why.
Christian Prince, have you any idea that Jesus actually never knew the existence of the New Testament, which consists of 27 parts from Matthew to Revelation?
We don't know.
It might not be only you, but there are a lot of Christians do not know that Jesus didn't know the existence.
My friend, that is make it. If Jesus he did not know, how the Christian would know? Like, come on, man. So what's wrong with you? If Jesus himself, the one who said the words, he did not know what he said. Okay, go ahead.
Of the books and even read it. How come?
Jesus did not see the book. He did not read it. That's it. I mean, okay. I mean, I don't know how smart you are, how stupid you are. You idiot. They are writing what Jesus said. And you are saying Jesus do not know what the book. They are writing what he said. Hello. Hello. So you went away. You took a massage. You went to a vacation overseas, and then you have your company with you who make you coffee, a servant, and you are living a luxury life, sitting in the front of the lake, drinking your coffee. To come this to me, to say to me, Jesus did not read the Bible. You idiot! This is his words. They are writing his words. Are you stupid or what? If they are writing his words, what do you mean he did not read the Bible? This is his words. He do not need to read it. He is the one who said those things. Did Muhammad read his words? Sahih al-Bukhari, written 300 years or 200 years after Muhammad. Muhammad never saw Sahih al-Bukhari. Muhammad never saw the Quran, because the Quran you have today is not written by Muhammad and have nothing to do with Muhammad. I mean, look at this stupid logic. It's very embarrassing. What's wrong with those people? Right? Prove to me that Jesus is a Christian, and now prove to me that Jesus read the Bible. But you know, I'm learning from you. Honestly, you are a walking, talking library. I pray to the shin of Allah to increase your age. You know. However, if you wanna grow older and you don't care about Allah, you learn karate, as what happened to Moshe. You know Moshe, the Jewish guy. When Allah he sent his angel Azrael. Azrael is this guy is in charge of like the funeral, you know, for Allah. So when Allah he sent Azrael, brother. Oh, this is not the one. Hold on. Moshe, he did box. You know, did box the angel, and he did hit him in his eye. And then Allah he increased his age, because the angel of death he cannot take Moshe to die. You cannot force him. That's it. Moshe he insists he will live longer, because at that time Moshe he was dating a girl. Her name is Moshina, and you know she's a Muslim girl too, by the way. She wore hijab, yeah. And because he was short in wives, he did not complete the 4 yet. He had 3 at the time, so he wanted to finish the job and get married from this 4th one. And then he can go and die. I mean, he want to do some boom boom before he die. So when the angel of death he came to him, look what it says. Abu Huraira said, Allah Messenger said that the angel of death came to Moshe and said, respond to the call of Allah. You know, supposedly, usually when the angel of death he come with some like terror music and etc., like something very fancy, you know. Like, you know, something. Moshe, respond to the call of Allah. Prepared. Eat some ice cream, because this is the last ice cream you will eat. And here, suddenly the music stopped. And Moshe, by the way, he was asleep, you know, it was a long day. Moshe, he woke up by the call of the angel of Allah, saying to him, prepare for death. And you know, Moshe, he did not waste any time. He have his golf stick, and he hit him with it. Again. And again. And again. 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 And the angel, his eye came out. And this is why angels, they have a very, very special job for Allah, because it is not an easy job. By the way, the golf did not say that in the hadith, because the Muslim, they will say, now see, Christian Prince is correct in the hadith. He said golf stick. At that time, there's no golf stick. Haha, he's lying. Hello? Hello? No, actually, it's not the golf stick. You are right. He gave him a blow in the eye. Obviously, he used his hand. You know, Moshe, he played karate. Like, actually, he looked like Chinese. Honestly. Last time I saw Moshe, I said, oh, so you look like Chinese, man. He said, yes, I'm from Asia. So, you know, you are the expert, man. You are the expert. So we want you really to live long, so you can give us more wisdom, and more Muslims will leave Islam with your stupidity. Tell us more.
It's because all those books from Matthew to Revelation were written long after Jesus died.
Oh, see the logic? Jesus did not read those books because all those books were written long after Jesus died. Now we knew why. I know, I want to go to Indonesia, by the way. I don't want to visit the museum of Indonesia. I'm sure the museum is full of beautiful stuff. And I love Indonesian people. But I want to visit the museum of this guy because this guy, he is coming from the museum. I don't know which museum, Museum of Allah maybe. But you are really an antique. I mean, those ideas, how genius, man. Genius. I'm not going, so I play the whole video. I mean, this city is stupid. Let us play it. So they will not say he did not let him talk. And by the way, why you don't post when you respond to me? Why you don't post my respond? You see, I play your video on my channel. Do you dare to play my video on your channel? You don't. Play it all. Don't cut it off pieces, as Muslims they do. Like there's a guy, he want to discredit me. How he discredit me? He said, I was saying to a Muslim woman, suckle me. I was reading the hadith, you idiot. Christian Prince, sexual predator. He said to a Muslim sister, suckle me. Your Muslim sister, she is a very bad woman. She was saying Jesus was playing with his mother. See how filthy she is? Yet the Muslim, they cut the video and they editing, and this Christian Prince, look what he is saying. Very, very trashy, no dignity. So I challenge you to play my videos on your channel if you are really sure from your response, so people can laugh either at you or at me. Equal opportunity, Okay.
The proof is when Jesus was still alive, he used the Old Testament to teach, as written in Luke chapter number 4, verse number 6.
So, guys, when Jesus was alive, and the guy, he just keeps saying Jesus was alive, that means he is confirming that the Quran is a book of lies, because the Quran confirmed that Jesus never died. Do you see? He keeps saying after Jesus' death, he keeps saying when Jesus was alive, which means he is agreeing that Muhammad is a fraud. Secondly, now, the proof that Jesus did not read those books, because at his time when he was alive, he was reading the book of Isaiah. Unbelievable. Don't get married, man. And if you are married, get divorced immediately, because something might happen to you from your wives. I don't know what they will do to you when you speak your wisdom in the kitchen. Not in the kitchen. You can speak it anywhere. Be sure it's close to the bathroom. You idiot. So if I quote what is written in a book, which is, I am the one who sent the book anyway, because all the messengers are the messengers of the Messiah. So if the Messiah was reading for the Jews from the book of Isaiah, that's mean Jesus, he don't have a book, and this is why he is reading from Isaiah. Yeah, that makes sense. And Jesus did not read the book, which his book, because supposedly this is a book written after. So in his time, Jesus have no opportunity except reading Isaiah, right? You are stupid, you idiot. You are an idiot. Some people, they say to me, why you use the word stupid and idiot? It's not nice. I mean, okay, give me the front description. I will not use idiot. Huh? This guy here remind me of Detective the Pink Panther. Your prophet was quoting supposedly what the Christians said in their Bible. Does that mean that the Quran was not exist in the time of Muhammad? Huh? When your prophet said that Jesus said, there's a prophet who will come after me, his name is Ahmad. Is that something in the book of Jesus or in your book? This is from the book of Jesus. He is just quoting, because he just said, Jesus said, or Isa said, a prophet will come after me, his name is Ahmad. So based on your logic, stupid logic, Muhammad obviously have no Quran too, because he was quoting what Jesus said. Stupidity. Continue.
16 to 20. Jesus went back to Nazareth, where he had been brought up, and as usual, he went to the meeting place on the Sabbath, and when he stood up to read from the scriptures, he was given the book of Isaiah, the prophet. He opened it and read, "The Lord's Spirit has come to me, because he has chosen me to tell the good news to the poor. The Lord has sent me to announce freedom from prisoner, to give sight to the blind, to free everyone who suffers, and to say, this is the year Lord has chosen." Jesus closed the book, then handed it back to the man in charge and sat down. Everyone in the meeting place looked straight at Jesus. According to the Bible of Abundant Life, published by Gandomas atau Golden Wheat or
Gandomas, how are you, Gandomas? According to Gandomas, let me hold on. Why you quote to the Muslims that those verses and you did not read what is after? Is that because you are afraid to see and to show that Jesus in the Bible is God? Why you stop there? If you go in the Bible, and he was quoting for us supposedly from the Bible, right? Okay. This is why when a Muslim he quote for you anything, don't take what he say, not even the translation, not even the words. Some of them, they are very, they miss the honesty, the same as, I mean, they are far from honesty when they quote something. But, I will say that this guy is an old guy. He will not try to play this game, maybe. But he play a different game. Why you quote for us? What is written, and you don't read for us? I mean, why you choose only a line? Why you don't show the people that Jesus, he spoke, he read the book of Isaiah. Jesus, he quote from the book of Isaiah. It's okay, no problem. And even that phrase which he read, which is amazing, because they are the one who gave him that book to read. He just told them, I am the one you are waiting for. I am the one who you are waiting for. So if we go and read in the Bible, we will find in verse number 18 as an example. And he came to Nazareth, and here he in the synagogue for the Jews, he opened the scroll. He read for them, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me. Here, this is a big problem for Islam, because proving that Muhammad is a fraud. For according to Muhammad, Allah, their God, is not a spirit. The God of the Jews, from the book of Genesis, if you go right away from the beginning of the Bible, actually, the Torah, you will find that God is a spirit in many, all over the Torah. So here you will see that the spirit, here you will see that the Messiah is the anointed, here you will see that Jesus is going to bring liberty to the slaves, Jesus is going to give vision or sight to the blind, he will liberate the oppressed one, and he is he is the one they are waiting for him in this time. And then if we go down a little bit, we will see that the Messiah, he went out and he cast out demon. Demon is not a genie. Some Christians, they think that the Muslims, they believe in demon. Muslims, they don't have demon. They might have it. I mean, like somebody, he might be possessed with it. But they don't believe in demon. They believe in something called genie. And genie is totally different from demon. Demon is an evil spirit. Genie is a creature. He can have sex. He have kids. He sleep with Muslim women. There's a female genie sleep with Muslim men. So the genie is a fiction idea coming from all the way from Persia and India. This is why you see that the story of genies exists in those cultures long before Islam. So here you will see that the Messiah is casting out the demon of somebody, and then the demon, they say to Jesus, he cried out with loud voice, saying, "What have you to do with us? What we have to do with you? Jesus of Nazareth, have you come to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of God." Why, Mr. Oh, now let me say it in the way he said it to us. Why, Christian friends? Why? Why you did not read for them what is written after? And you are the one who challenged before to show you that Jesus is God, right? So here, not only the Christian witness that Jesus is the Holy One of God, even demon, they witness and they knew him. And then when he cast the demon out of this person, the Jews, they start saying, you know, who is this one who have command to cast out any clean spirit? Who is this one who have such an authority? Because this is authority of God only, right? So when you quote for us from the Bible, be honest at least for a second and show us and explain to the Muslims why Jesus, he did even read those verses. Why only those verses from the book of Isaiah? But you are just a potato trying to prove something from nothing by saying Jesus, he was reading the Torah. And okay, if he read the Torah, that's mean he have no book at his time. Just to show you how stupid your idea. You are saying that Jesus, before he go and teach, he should write the book first. And then he stand in the crowd and he open page number 14. Okay, guys, today I'm going to read for you from my book, page number 14. Okay, page number 14. The gospel is about the life of Jesus, you idiot. Not only about Jesus talking, it's about Jesus doing. So the gospels are books describing the life of Jesus, what he accomplished, what he said, and what he did. So how in the world you want Jesus to read his book? That means Jesus, before he come, he should write the book first, word by word, and then he have to say what is written in the book word by word. That can happen only in a stupid cult like Islam, because in Islam, Muhammad supposedly he was not saying any word. It was Allah. Allah, he wrote a tablet. If we go in the hadith, we will find this. Actually, why I want to go in the hadith? Let us go to the Quran first. Have you ever heard of a God? He need to write a book for himself, and then he sent that what is written in the book to his prophet. That's the garbage of Muhammad. Okay. Chapter 85, verse number 22. This will go all the way to the end of the page. Nay, this is the glorious Quran, inscribed in the tablet preserved. Why God he have a tablet, man? Why God he need a tablet for himself? And do you guys know where Allah he put his tablet? Look, guys, by the way, good news. Look like those guys, they fixed the internet. I'm looking at the speed now. It's really very good compared to before. Wonderful. Glory to the Lord. You know, because they scare me. They said they will change the whole cable. You know what I mean? Like, you know, but now it look like it's working. So, wonderful. look like this. This problem is gone. So Allah, He wrote a tablet, and Allah, He preserved the tablet. Anyone knows where Allah preserved the tablet? Help me, help me. As you know, I do not know much about Islam, so I need help. Where Allah, He preserved the tablet? Yes, like iPad, you know, exactly. Did I say exactly? I should not say it this way. The Twitter archive with him. Do Allah have a tablet? And I say yes, Twitter. I confirm to you that Allah have a tablet. Exactly. Exactly, Twitter. Brother, why Allah have a tablet? He have a short memory? First of all, a question like this is coming from for the kafir. Because kuffar, they question Allah and the ability. And I guarantee you it's coming from a guy named Christian Prince. And by the way, I say to Christian Prince, if you're listening, show me your faith. Show me your faith. Why Allah have a tablet? Anyone did answer me? Between the angel eyes. Thank you, Lay. Allah, He put the tablet between the angel eyes of Israfil. An angel, his name is Israfil. Muhammad is copying names from the Jews. He don't know what they mean. What Israfil mean? Any Muslim can't mean what Israfil, what Azrael mean, what Mikael mean. He doesn't know. It's a thief. Between the eyes of the angel Israfil. Let me see if I can find you something in English explaining that point. Actually, maybe we can go to Ibn Kathir in English and we find that. Hold on. Because it is exist in Ibn Kathir in Arabic, so it should come in Ibn Kathir in English. But you know, sometimes they hide this stuff. Alright, chapter 85, verse number 22, Ibn Kathir. I will put in the screen, give me a second. See, they took it off from Ibn Kathir in English. I cannot find it in English. Yeah. Yeah. Give me a second. Yeah. Just to show you guys why you cannot trust Muslim translation. This is Ibn Kathir in English. For the same verse, the same chapter. And here I will put for you Ibn Kathir in Arabic. Let's zoom in. Here we go. In Ibn Kathir in Arabic it says, and this is volume. Let us give you the page number so you know. This is here in Surah Al-Buruj. Al-Buruj, the same chapter we showed you, as you see, chapter 85, Al-Buruj. Okay. Page number, from verse number 11 to verse number 22. Page number 314. It says, إن اللوح المحفوظ الذي ذكر الله بل هو القرآن المجيد في اللوح المحفوظ في جبهة إسرافيل. Let me highlight so people they can read with me. And here you ask yourself, okay, why Ibn Kathir in English is almost, you know, like maybe 80% of the size of Ibn Kathir in Arabic is gone when it goes to English because they are hiding stupid stuff from you. So, إن اللوح المحفوظ here, the one which Allah He has mentioned, في جبهة إسرافيل, in the forehead of Israfil. Ibn Hatim, he said, from, okay, that Al-Lawh al-Mahfuz is between the eyes of the angel Israfil, and it's not allowed for him to look at it. So Allah, He have His book in a preserved tablet and he put the tablet between the eyes of the angel. Now, I want to explain to you here the wisdom of Allah, because Allah is all wise, as you know. If you think about it, this is extremely wise decision of Allah. I mean, if I give any of you, let us say, a password for my bank account, huh? And I don't want you to read it, even by mistake. So what I will do? Because I am a genius and my name is Allah. And it's not easy to be Allah, by the way. I mean, you never tried to be Allah before, so you don't know what I'm talking about. So let us say this is the angel Israfil. And his eyes, by the way, are big, huge, you know. And here is his teeth. Those are the lower teeth. Allah, he wanna put the Quran in a place where Israfil he cannot see. So where he thought about it, if I put it in his nose, still he can see it. If I put it in his, so he said, okay, where it is impossible for the eyes to zoom in, where? Allah, because he's genius, he said, bingo, I found where. I will put it here between his eyes. And this is why Israfil, after some time, he had the cross eyes, because he was trying to read, and so he zoomed his eyes like going in, and then by time he get a cross eyes, and this is very logical, And by the way, this drawing is copyrighted, and you cannot print it or sell it for any purpose, unless for Corona. So Allah, because he's a stupid God, he wrote in advance what he will say to Muhammad. And then he sent it down to Muhammad. But look how we can prove that this is a fraud. Anyone knows how we can prove it's fraud? I mean, not just because the idea is stupid of this, the story that it's written before. I will tell you why. You will notice that Muhammad, during his life, he was receiving verses about his private part. As an example, Allah, he made verses from Muhammad saying, any believing woman, she would like to open her legs for you, she is more than welcome. Now, is that written in the preserved tablet? That means everything Muhammad did and he said, it was by Allah command. Which means even when Muhammad he got horny, he went to the house of his own son, wife, and he flirted with her, it was Allah who made him get horny when he see her. It was not really Muhammad. And this is written in the book of Allah. And in the top of that, as an example, if you remember, when right away Muslim women, they start offering themselves to sleep with Muhammad, because this is a golden opportunity. Sleep with him once, get free money for forever until you die. Insurance, this guy became filthy rich. He is kidnapping, stealing, is like ISIS leader in his time. When Muhammad start receiving women who they are not good looking, excuse me, women, and I don't want to offend you, but I'm not good looking too. Hello, and I am a man. Hello. So what? So this is not fair. At least I will have opportunity to be equal, like somebody with me, and I'm not the only one is not good looking in the world. So here it says when Muhammad start receiving women offering themselves to sleep with him, Muhammad he said like, oh boy, look at this woman. Oh man, she scared the hell of me. I'm not going to sleep with this woman. Oh man, this one, she is in the age of my grandma. Oh man, oh what is that? What is this? Oh, no. So Muhammad right away he received a verse from Allah saying, oh mommy, Mimi. Oh, me, blue, just give them a blue. So you may differ of those who offer themselves to you. What does that mean? women who Muhammad don't like to sleep with in the moment, Allah told him, okay, Muhammad, you may choose from those women the one you like, and you sleep with her. And the one you don't like, you can pause or let her postpone. Postpone, here we got the word. You can postpone. I like this word, postpone. Muhammad postpone. Women, hey, you women, you are postponed. Okay, try next year. For now, I have, sorry, I cannot take you right now. So obviously, this is a verse cannot be written in the tablet. Why? Because this is about an incident happening in the moment. And a Muslim might say to you, well, hold on. Allah, He knew the future, right? Now we can prove that Allah do not know the future. If you remember in the chapter of Al-Anfal, verse number 65, where it says Allah, like 100 of you can fight 1,000, and then they went and they lost the war, and then Allah, He changed the verse after it from 1 to 10 to 1 to 2, which means to win against 1 to 2. Here, and remember, the Quran says too that the angels take them 1,000 years, just one direction. Which means to go from heaven they need 1,000 years to go and 1,000 years to come. Chapter 32, verse number 5. He rules all affairs from heaven to earth. In the end of all affairs go to him in a day which is equal to 1,000 years of your time. So in order for us to receive an order from Allah, that order should be written at least 1,000 years ago, because the one who delivered the message is the angels, and the angels take them 1,000 years to come down to earth. If you don't believe me, we can go to Ibn Kathir, check it out, chapter 32, verse number 5. Let us see. Is going to say that in English, Ibn Kathir? Okay. All right. See here it says, He direct His command from the heaven to earth. Then it will go up to Him, means He command down from above, the heaven and the earth for, and it take one day for us, one day for Him is 1,000 of your time. If you go down here, there's more interpretation or explanation for this. It says here, how Allah He command, and how supposedly He practice His authority. So it take for Allah 1,000 years to practice the authority on earth. For one day for Allah is 1,000 years for us. So if the angel he went up to Muhammad, let us say today, in order for the angels to deliver the second message to Muhammad, especially this message was not, it was an urgent message, like something just happened right now. The angel he need to go back to Allah another 1,000 years, 1,000 years to go, 1,000 years to come back. All right. We go back. So as you see, all the Quran is a stupid idea. Muslims, they are very confused. They think Christianity is a stupid belief, the same as Islam. That Jesus should be having the book in his hand, and he should be reading from his book, which is very stupid to say, because the book is supposed to be sent to the people, not to Jesus. Jesus do not need. Jesus was quoting for them what he, the Lord, he sent his prophet to mention about him. So when he is quoting what he mentioned to them before. And this is because it is from before, already it's written in a book from before. But in the moment, Jesus, he is in the present. So why Jesus will give them a book? He is with them. It's like saying, I came to your house and then you ask me, how are you? I don't answer. I just write the word, I'm fine. You know what I mean? If you are visiting me in my house and I ask you, how are you? According to Mr. Insane, you should not say, I'm fine. You should write a book, say, I am fine. And please hold on. I forgot where I wrote the word I am fine in the book. Let me check the index and see the page. Which page? That is hilarious, my friend. You are very funny and very stupid. Sorry to say. Continue, please.
Paul's letter was first written in AD 49 to 67. Gospel according to Mark until John were written in AD 55 to 85.
So,
And Revelation was last written in 96, while Jesus died in AD 29. It means it is about 20 until 69 years after Jesus died, the New Testament was written. Impossible.
impossible. Okay, first of all, I mean, I don't know where you get your numbers from, but it's not too much mistaken, but there is a few years mistaken in the numbers. However, this is not really important. As long they are disciple of Jesus and they are saying what Jesus said, so what the problem? And why Jesus should write a book in his time? And Jesus, he said, the sky and the earth and the heaven will be destroyed, but my words will not. So they are preserved already. And why we don't ask the same question about your prophet? The Quran and the Hadith the one you have is not written by Muhammad. So we should not accept what they wrote that Jesus said after, as you said, his death, I say after his resurrection, then we should not accept the Quran too, because the Quran and the Hadith, they were not written in the time of Muhammad. Secondly, when Muhammad he died and then the Caliphate came, there is many Qurans obviously, and Uthman he burned all of them and he make his own fabricated Quran. In the top of that, you don't have the Quran of Uthman. The book you have right now, if you open page number A, there's a page called A in Arabic. If you have Arabic Quran, anyone in Indonesia, if you have Arabic Quran from Saudi Arabia, there's a page, it's called A. It says that this Quran is written according to, come tomorrow, according to Muhammad, according to Jibreel, according to Allah. And the last name appear in the list, his name is Hafs. And Hafs accused by Muslim to be a fraud and a liar and a thief. So Hafs is a person who exists more than 200 years after Muhammad. So look what this guy he just did. He said we cannot accept the gospel for it is written 65 years, 62 years, 85 years after the, supposedly Jesus died in AD 29. So a book written 40 or 50 years after Jesus is not accepted. But you accept the Quran you have today, which is written more than 200 years. And by the way, we don't have even the Quran of Hafs. We have recitation of Hafs, which means somebody claimed that this is how Hafs recite the Quran. They don't even have a book written by Hafs of the Quran. So 200 years pass, still we don't have the Quran. 300 years pass, we don't have the Quran. And then all your religion is in the Hadith, not in the Quran. And the Hadith written by Bukhari and Muslim, and they are the same. Hundreds of years after your prophet. So we should not accept the Quran of the Muslims. We should not accept the Hadith of the Muslims. For all of them, they are written way behind of Muhammad. So look at the stupid logic, and here you see the hypocrisy. If a book written 55 years AD. That's mean only 30 years after Jesus was crucified. He don't accept it. If a book written 30 to 40 years after Jesus was crucified, he don't accept it. That's it. But a book written hundreds of years after Muhammad, he accepted. Now, what about, we ask you, a Quran who came supposedly 600 years after Jesus? Speaking about Jesus, you accept it. Because we need to ask you too, where is the book of Jesus? You see, if we go in the Quran, from the first page of the Quran, you will find the first pages, few pages, chapter 3, verse number 3, it says, "It is he who sent the Torah and the one who sent the gospel to you." Who? Allah. Okay, what is the Torah and the gospel? Just to show you how stupid you are. Because if Allah, he gave Jesus Torah, sorry, he gave him the gospel, then the book of Mark and the book of John and the book of the disciples should not be required, for simply he gave them what Allah gave him. Where is the book? The Muslim, they say Allah knows best. So this is the false accusation of Muslim. When we ask them, okay, what is the book which was given to Jesus so he can give it to us? They say, no, we do not know. And that means their God, Allah, is a potato. Because if Allah, he wrote a book, don't you know that the book should need to be preserved? How come Allah, he wrote the Quran and he put it between the two eyes of the angel? How come he will not put that Injil, which is his book too, between the eyes of the angels to preserve it? You see the stupidity? And now we don't have the Bible of Allah, and we don't have the Quran of Allah, and we don't have the Torah of Allah. Actually, according to the Muhammadan, Allah, he sent 124,000 messenger, and all of them, their books is gone. All of them. Imagine Allah, he is a librarian, and we give him a charge to be in charge of a library, and we gave him 124,000 book, and we gave him the key, and then we come back after 1,000 years, we say, Allah, how many books you have right now? He says, oh, only one. Even that one, they don't have it. Where is the Quran? Do you have the Quran of Muhammad? You don't. So based on your stupidity, Muhammad himself did not read the Quran, and this means Islam does not exist. Pick up, there's a Muslim trying to call me. Oh, okay. All right, we have a Muslim trying to call me, maybe. Look like he's excited. What his name? I like it when Muhammadan get excited, to be honest with you. Very fantastical. But hold on, actually, I want to finish this video. Give me just a few minutes, and I will take your call, Mr. Abdul. May Allah bless you, all the Abdul in the world. Let us continue with this guy so we can love more. Almost his video is over.
Mark until John were written in AD 55 to 85, and Revelation was last written in 96, while Jesus died in AD 29. It means it is about 20 until 69 years after Jesus died, the New Testament was written.
See, guys, be my witness. If 20 years after Jesus the book is written, this should not be accepted. But for them to have the recitation of Hafs, which is 200 years after Muhammad, it's okay. And yet they don't have the book of Hafs. They have only recitation. They claim that somebody, the same as Al-Bukhari, by the way. Do you know that Al-Bukhari book doesn't exist? Do you know that? There's no book written by Al-Bukhari. Nobody have it. But yet they say to you, according to Al-Bukhari. So what they have, they claim that students of Al-Bukhari, they say, they heard Al-Bukhari saying this. Can you believe it? It's not even their prophet, it's Al-Bukhari saying this. So 200 years, 300 years after Muhammad is okay for the Muhammadan, 20 years after Jesus is a problem. Okay.
Impossible.
Impossible.
Isn't it?
Isn't it? Yeah.
Therefore, the New Testament wasn't revelation for Jesus. Jesus never wrote the Gospels. Those who wrote it mostly were not Jesus' disciples.
Really? How come?
That's why in the
You just said 20 years after how they are not his disciple. What are you talking about?
old print of the Gospel was written, Gospel according to Matthew, according to Mark, according to Luke, and according to John. And
your Quran written according to Hafs, according to Asim, actually, you know what? Your prophet, he says, take the Quran from 4, and you did not take it from the 4. Even your prophet, he said, take the Quran according to, you idiot. Let me show you the hadith. Where's the hadith? Abdullah ibn Mas'ud mentioned before, etc., 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 that the prophet, he said, خُذُوا الْقُرْآنَ عَنْ أَرْبَعَةٍ, take the Quran from 4. So you are saying to me, if there is according to, this should be rejected. But your prophet, he based his Quran in according to. When he say, take the Quran, where is the hadith? Look at this corruption, guys. It says here, learn the recitation of the Quran. He did not say learn the recitation. He said, take the Quran. Take the Quran. Here we go in Arabic. It says, خُذُوا الْقُرْآنَ مِنْ أَرْبَعَةٍ. And he quote Abdullah ibn Mas'ud. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud. وسالم مولى أبي حذيفة ومعاذ بن جبل وأبي ابن كعب. Okay. Muhammad obviously here trying to copy the disciple of Jesus. Otherwise, I challenge you to tell me why Muhammad, he said, take it from 4. And according to this idiot, if there's 4 who wrote a book, this is according to John, according to Luke, according to Mark, so this according, obviously it says that this is not Jesus. Okay, but the Quran is written according to. And actually, as I said, in the Quran today, you don't have according to those 4, you have more than 9 to 12 names. There's many generation between Hafs. As I said, Hafs is more about 200 years after Muhammad. So we go back according to, until we arrive according to Ma'az ibn Jabal, and then according to Uthman, and then according to Muhammad, and according to Jibreel, and then according to Allah. So all your religion is about according to. This is what you have for us. And all of us, we as a Christians, we knew, and you are not bringing us a secret when you say the Bible according to John, because John is telling his story with the Messiah and what story he did. So, which mean what happened in his time? Which mean in the gospel we don't have just Jesus talking, we have the disciple talking, we have people talking to Jesus, we have Jesus answering them. So this is not a pre-written book, you idiot. For it is reporting a real event time as history, as a conversation, as an action. So Jesus did this. John, he says, we saw Jesus doing this. Jesus, he did walk in the water. Jesus, he healed the blind. Jesus, this is not Jesus will say, in the day of etc. I heal the blind. For Jesus said clearly that people will witness for my miracle, will witness for what I do. And this is why a miracle happened, for people to witness, not because he need to witness to himself. I forgot you are a follower of a God who witnessed to himself. Have you ever heard of a God he witnessed to himself? And he takes shahada? Please invite everybody. Allahu Akbar. Allah will take shahada and will convert to Islam. I never heard of such a stupid statement like this before. Chapter 3, verse number 18. There is no God but Allah, and that is the witness of Allah. But by the way, this is a false translation. Translation should be, Allah he witnessed. Let us change the translator just to show you how they lie. I mean, they flip the sentence upside down. I cannot believe it. How garbage. What you can say? No dignity. I mean, you are translating your God words. Be honest for a second. Here we go. You see how the translation changed? Allah bear witness that la ilaha illallah. What is that? Okay, Allah he bear witness to who? When I do say such a thing, it's mean I believe in a higher authority than me. Allah he was witness saying shahada to who? Right? And yes, the Quran they have today have nothing to do with all those names we mentioned. Anyway, tell us more, Mr. So we can take Muslim calls. Okay.
All the letters sent by Paul wasn't gospel. They were just part of letters sent by Paul.
You stupid idiot. Even us, we call it letters. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? We put it in, you see that the stupidity, guys, the stupidity of those people who speak, they have big mouth. When we say this is the letter of Paul, we are not saying this is the letter of God. You are a donkey. So, the books, we have books which is reporting what Jesus did, and we have books which reporting what the disciple did. They send letters to each other, teaching each other, explaining to each other. It's a nice conversation between our church father, and we learn from it. That's why they are part of our belief. For those are the earliest Christians. So it says there the letter of etc. person. So what's wrong with you? I mean, we are not saying this is the letter of God. We are saying this is the letter which is sent from this brother to this brother. You are stupid. And what do you want to tell me about Paul? Go ahead.
Paul to his congregation,
right?
Or some people in some cities.
Okay.
In fact, Paul wasn't a disciple of Jesus.
Stop. Okay, well, I will go with you. First of all, who is a disciple? A disciple, according to him, he will say that Paul, he was not with Jesus, right? Okay, well, Muhammad was not with Jesus too. So how you Muslim, you say that Jesus, he said in the Injil, he will send Muhammad and he is the Paraclete. According to you, in order to be disciple of Jesus, you have to present with Jesus at the time. Even if you are alive, but you did not see Jesus, it's not okay for him. But a person who is, his name is Muhammad, who came 600 years after Jesus, according to Muslim, when Jesus speak about the Paraclete, which is a spirit, and Muhammad is not a spirit, and he will stay with us forever, and Muhammad is dead, he is rotting dead, and the Muslim, because they are desperate to find Muhammad in the gospel, say that this is the Paraclete, it is about Muhammad. So look here, the hypocrisy and the double standard. Secondly, you idiot, if Jesus, he met with Paul, that make him disciple, according to you, right? But isn't this what the Bible says? That the Lord, he appeared to Paul in the way to Damascus? So why you are saying Paul is not his disciple? Go ahead.
At all. He was even a former criminal, a liar.
Where do you get this? He was a liar. Where do you get this from? Where do you get that he was a criminal? The person, he is a higher rank between the Roman. You made him a criminal, you know. Yes, I can say like he's going after the Christian, this is a crime. But when you say a criminal, you are meaning what? Like he was a thief like Muhammad, child molester like Muhammad, he go after women, kidnap them and rape them. No, that was your prophet. So shame on you. Secondly, just to show everybody that you are a certified donkey and you do not know your religion, not only you do not know ours. This is the book of Ibn Kathir, the book of Al-Bidayah and Al-Nihaya, volume number 2, page number 119. Click here. And we will show you that this idiot, he is a certified donkey like he's a prophet. In the book of Ibn Kathir, which is a Muslim book, one of the highest scholars for Muhammad, he said in his book, writing about the disciple of Jesus, that Isa, peace be upon him, before he been taken up, he told the Hawariyin in Islam, it's the language they use to describe the disciple, to go and worship only one God. And he made each one of those, or he named to each one of them a group of people to go and teach. One, he sent him to Asham and to the east, and some they sent him to the west. And then in the morning, his disciple, they wake up, and all of them, he speak different language, which is the language the Messiah will send the disciple to that territory. And if you remember this guy, this donkey, sorry to call you donkey, donkeys are smart animals. You remember before he said Jesus was only sent to the Jews? Do you remember? So why this man do not know that the Muslim books teach that Jesus, he sent his disciple to all the world? And not only that, they confirm the miracle that the disciple of Jesus, when Jesus ordered them to go and teach in different countries, according to the Islamic books, those disciples, they complained to Jesus. He said, well, how are we going to go to Rome? I don't speak Roman. How I'm going to go to India? I don't speak Indian. How I'm going to go to Morocco? I don't speak Moroccan. So what I would do? So they went to sleep, and they wake up, and they found each one of them is speaking different language. I'm going to use Google Translation to translate for you after I finish the Arabic. And then he says, and he mentioned many of them, that there are 4: Luke, Matthew, Marcos, which means Mark, and Johanna, which means John. All right. And here he says there's differences in those books, you know, because this is a Muslim at the end of the day. But look what he said here about Paul. This is why I'm quoting for you this. وكان ممن آمن بالمسيح وصدقه من أهل دمشق رجل يقال له دينا. The Muslims always, they quote the name correctly. It's not Dina. I mean, they are Muslims, they never quote a name correctly when it's come to Christianity, the same as their prophet. The Messiah became Isa. He is the nephew of Moses and the nephew of Aaron, and his mother is Maryam, the sister of Aaron. Abraham, his father, once in the Quran says Ibrahim, once in the Quran he says Abraham. Abraham, his father, his name is Azar. Mary, her father name is Umran. Moses, his father name is Umran. So the Quran have a history of a stupid misquotation of names and date. And here the same. So from those who believe in the Messiah from Damascus, a guy, his name is Dina, and he was hiding in a cave next to the east gate of Damascus, close to the church. It's called Al-Musallaba, which means the cross. Hiding, afraid from Paul, the Yahudi. He is a Jew, Paul the Jew. And Paul, he was unjust, and he was hateful to the Messiah. And when he came to him, and Paul, he was like he made he shaved the head of one of his nephews because he believed in the Messiah as a punishment. And then he made his nephew go around in the town, and then he stoned him to death May Allah bless him. Even Ibn Kathir is saying, may Allah bless him. Allah bless who? The one who believed in the Messiah and he was killed by Paul. Let us continue. And when Paul heard that the Messiah is going to Damascus, look at this donkey. Ibn Kathir saying that the Messiah, he went to Damascus. Okay. How this is happening? The Messiah, he went to Damascus. So the Muslims, they take a story from the Bible, they play with it, and they add some sugar and spice and salt, Thai food, Filipino food, Indonesian food, mix them together, and Arabian food, and then we have an amazing salad. So now suddenly, Jesus was physically in Damascus when this is before resurrection. So when he went to Damascus, when Paul, he heard that the Messiah went to Damascus, he prepared his mule, and he went to kill the Messiah. And he found him and he met him in Kawkaba. Where? Kawkaba. This is an area supposedly, for those who are from Syria, they will know. I'm not sure where it is exactly. So he found him in that area, in Kawkaba, close to Damascus. Actually, it's in Damascus, I think. And when he met with a disciple of the Messiah, an angel hit his face and he made him blind by the edge of his wing. And when Paul, he saw that, he believed in the Messiah, and he came to the Messiah and he apologized from the Messiah for what he did to the Messiah, and then the Messiah accepted him and gave him back his image. وَسَأَلَهُ أَنْ يَمْسَحَ عَيْنَيْهِ لَيَرُدَّ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ بَصَرَهُ. Do you see it? So, you stupid idiot, you are following which religion? I mean, what's wrong with those Muslims? They don't believe in our books, but they don't believe in their books too. I'm going to translate this page. Let me open it in Google browser so we can translate it. Give me a second. I mean, what we would do with those Muhammadan. If you remember the stupid Mimi hijab, when he have like, did you say that? Show me, you have 30 seconds to answer. I was reading for them from different book and they were answering me from other book because they are so nervous and so scared. That's why they could not debate me. You have 30 seconds to show us the proof. What 30 seconds? And I gave them the proof in less than 10 seconds. And I start reading for them from different book, and they were preparing themselves to answer me about different book. So they start answering about the other book, but I'm not reading from there, you idiot. But because they are so nervous, they are so stupid. This is the book of Ibn Kathir. We will make a Google translation. Al-Bidayah wa Nihaya, Ibn Kathir, volume number 2, page number 119. And this is Google translation. It says here in Korean, so we will switch to English. Give me a second. Choose another language. Where is the English? English. Why there's no option to type it and you get it right away? Okay. Are they lined up by the alphabet? They should be, right? L'Italiano. Okay. Here we go. This is the beginning and the end of Ibn Kathir, part number 2, page number 119, as we said to you. And we go here. Here you see how they change their tongue and they speak languages. He sent them to different locations in the earth. And this is proving the lies that Muslims, they say to us that Jesus, he was sent only to the Jews. It's not true, even in their books. Because as you see, he sent them to all nations around in the world. And when they woke in the morning, they spoke different languages, depending in the location which Jesus would command them to go, as you see. And then here we go to the story of Paul. One of those who believed in Christ, believed in him from the people of Damascus, was a man called Dina. And he was hiding in a cave inside the eastern door close to the crucified church because of fear of Paul, the Jew, and he was unjust, oppressive, and he hated Christ. For he, this is why he is coming to fight him supposedly. He had shaved his nephew's head when he believed in Christ and walked around in the country, and then he stoned him until death. May God have mercy on him. Who? The one who, Paul, he stoned. When Paul heard that Christ is coming, is Christ, peace be upon him, went to Damascus. He prepared his mule to went and to kill him. So he went to him to meet him. The word plant here is wrong. When he confronted with the disciple of Christ, an angel, not a king, an angel came to him, and he struck his face with the edge of his wings, and he made him blind. When he saw that, which means Paul, he believed in Christ, a true belief, and he come to him and apologized for what he had done or he had made, and he believed in him. So he was accepted by him, which means the Messiah. Do you see it? And then he asked the Messiah to wipe his eyes, so the Messiah, God, would give him his sight. So he said, go, anyway. So this is what happened. As you see, according to your stupid book, the Paul was one of the disciples of Jesus for sure. And not only that, the Messiah, he touched the eyes of Paul according to your Ibn Kathir. Yeah, I can give you a link, no problem. Give me a second to make it in, because this link have Arabic words. Google will not allow it in the link. Let me shorten the link for you. All right. Yeah, always guys, save reference and make a note about it in your bookmark, because this link is in Arabic, as you know. And then if you open it in the future, you will not even know what this link is about unless you have a note in your bookmark. All right, here we go. This is the link for what we just showed you. Hey, my friend, can you explain about Hell in Islam? Let us finish this topic. I mean, come on, you guys have patience. So do you see how Muslims, they attack Paul, they speak about Paul, they spit at Paul, but their books says great things about Paul. And this is showing us their stupidity and their arrogance and by the way, this wave of Paul, this is like copy paste from each other, but nobody knows why he's attacking Paul. Nobody knows why he's attacking Paul. Actually, Muhammad himself was copying from Paul many things in the Quran. As an example, if you go in the Quran, Muhammad was trying to copy Paul where he said the gamblers, the drunken, they will not go to heaven. Huh? Muhammad was trying to copy Paul. And to prove that he is just a thief, you find, there is a book, it's called A Priest and a Prophet. I think there's a translation for it now in English. You can download it. And you will see endless numbers of verses from the Bible Muhammad is copying just to change the little words. All right? This is what Paul, he said. Muhammad, he copied it, he put it in his Quran. But then the stupid Muhammad, he forgot that he just told them that gambling and drinking and alcohol is from shaitan. So how you promise them in the heaven of Allah the same what you promised them to be from shaitan? How you say to me that gambling and drinking, those things are from shaitan, and then you say to me, okay, you will have them all in the heaven. Right? Stupidity. Now, I don't know if there's anything worth, and I think the video there is almost done.
Etc.
Etc.
Christian Prince.
Christian Prince.
think deeply what I wrote here.
Yeah.
Study the Bible seriously, and you will find the real truth. Inshallah.
Thank you very much. You will find the real truth in the Bible, not in the Quran. Because if we go in the Quran, we will find that Muhammad cannot be a prophet for a second. For the Quran is full of stupid statements. As an example, the Quran, he claimed that the hail is coming from mountains in heaven. The Quran claimed that the earth is flat. The Quran do not even remember Allah. He don't remember which one he created first, the stars or the trees. Allah, he claimed that women have a sperm coming from their breast, which is true, by the way. I mean, I saw that, you know. I will tell you a real story now. Once I was sleeping, all right? And I'm scared from women, to be honest with you. That's why I'm still single. And I saw in my dream, and this is maybe this is the real reason behind me, I don't want to get married. I mean, this is really scary. Women are really scary. You think they have a breast? They don't have a breast. They have breast testicles. If you go to chapter 86 and read the interpretation and you read the Quran, you will see the Muslims, they are following the steps of their prophet, Dr. Muhammad, Professor Muhammad, Genius Muhammad, NASA Muhammad, who is expert in everything, in the space, in germs, everything. He says that women, they have a sperm and they are coming from the location of their nucleus. Read carefully with me. The sperm, the gushing forth fluid, meaning a sexual fluid that comes burst forth from the man and the woman. And then he continued, proceeding from between the backbone and the ribs, meaning the backbone of the man and the ribs of the women. So now we knew that women, they have really sperm and they have testicles. Now here it says the ribs of the women. This is a false translation, because at-taraib is not only the ribs of the women, it is the location of the necklace. You see, if you put, I keep forgetting the word in English. If you put your finger down your neck, where your neck meet and your chest, that is the taraib. You see what I'm talking about? That is the taraib. It's in the top, almost touching your neck. So according to the Quran, women, they have a sperm and it's coming from there in that location. I mean, how this can be God? From between the backbone and the ribs, meaning the backbone of the man and the ribs of the women, which referring to her chest. You see, even the Ibn Kathir translation, they say clearly referring to her chest. So women, they have gushing sexual fluid coming from the chest and coming from the top of the chest. This is God. And here he explained to you more. And if you show this to the Muslim, they will say, oh, no, it doesn't say that. Ibn Kathir is wrong. So Ibn Kathir is wonderful when they want. Ibn Kathir is bad when they want. They choose. What about their prophet? Their prophet himself, he said the same. Their prophet, he said, Dr. Muhammad, sorry, in this case now he's Dr. Muhammad, you know, he knew everything, Muhammad. If the man have orgasm first, the baby will look like the father, and if the women have orgasm first, the baby will look like the mother, which means he will be male or female, and they looked in the same time. Because different hadith says adhkar, which means he became a boy, or untha if he became a female. So the Messenger of Allah said, the man water is thick and white, and the women water is thin and yellow. Whichever of them comes first, the child will resemble the parent. Which means Muhammad, he is making the water of the women in her private part during sexual intercourse, which is yellow and thin, which is weird, obviously she have an infection, equal to the thick white water of the man, and both water is the one make the baby. And this is about who is coming first. This is not about the women having an egg. It's about whoever of them comes first, as you see. So how this can be from God? Can you tell me? Okay, a Muslim saying to us the following. Let me show you what he said. Do you think that Ibn Kathir is Allah, or was a prophet, or something? He wrote that he thought was right. He was dead wrong. Okay, hold on. Okay, what about your prophet? He was dead wrong here? Here we go. Ibn Kathir is using your prophet statement to explain it. Read it carefully. And it's your Quran says, بين الصلب والترائب. He explained it to us. Forget about Ibn Kathir. At-taraib is a word used in Arabic for the top necklace place of the chest of the women. The bones, the backbone, according to the Quran, the sperm of the man is coming from the backbone, which is stupid too. So okay, forget about Ibn Kathir. You do better. You do better. Forget about Ibn Kathir. Ibn Kathir is a stupid boy. You are the smart boy. Give us the answer. Huh? In a second, he will be mute. He will be dead. He will act dead. He don't Ibn Kathir. He cannot explain the verses for us, which is so clear that Allah is saying stupid things. Huh? Yeah, the collarbone. The collarbone. I mean, you don't know what to do with this, Muhammadan. It doesn't matter. If you explain the Quran to them by yourself, they say we don't accept it. If you show them their scholars, they say we don't accept. Which scholar you accept? Okay. Do we have a Muslim wanna call us? We will take maybe maybe two calls. I have things to do. All right. Okay. Please text me if you are a Muslim and I will call you. We have a Muslim saying to me, why you are always lying on Allah and His Quran? You know, I showed them the reference in the screen and they say I'm lying. You believe it? Where is the guy, the Muslim guy, when I call me? Where is the guy? Are you there? You are the Muslim guy? Okay, here we go. Let's call him. Hello? He hang up. Why you hang up? Oh, hold on. No, he maybe. Yeah, he hang up. Why you hang up? Let us call you again. Hello? Hello? Hello?
You gonna hang up on your daddy again?
Here we go. A little kid. Stupid. Yes, stupid. Go. We want real men. It's ringing, but I don't see the ring. Hold on. You know, this ultimate fault. He don't believe in anything except his own religion. Which means even the religion of Muslim Sunni, he don't believe in it. He believes his own. He's the prophet. He's God. He knew. He don't even need to know Arabic. He said to understand the Quran. So he give you his own answers. Ultimate fault. Answer, Abdul. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, my friend, you are live on air. Go ahead.
Yeah, you were talking about what's talking about? Oh yeah, the gospel writers.
What?
The gospel writers.
Okay. Well, let me ask you, who is the gospel writer according to Islam?
No, I'm asking you. Who is Mark? Who was?
If you read the first page, if you read in the first page of the book of if you read in the first page of the book of John and Mark, you will see who is Mark. You are ignorant. Now I'm asking you. Okay, I will go with you with your logic. Just give me the question. If you do not know who is Mark, you should not accept who is Mark, right?
Yeah.
Okay, who is Muhammad?
Go on.
Okay, who is Muhammad?
Don't change the subject.
I'm not changing the subject. Who is Muhammad? In the Quran, there is nowhere it says where Muhammad lived, who is the last name of Muhammad, who is his father. No, I'm not changing the subject. This is a subject. If you go and open the book of John, it says clearly who is John. Just open the first page. I'm asking you now, who is Muhammad?
Where does it say there is John? Where does it
say? It says what?
Where does it say there is someone named John who writes? John is an English name, right?
What?
John is an English name.
No, it's not.
What?
No, it's not. You know, if you pronounce a name in a language which you have don't equal letters, doesn't make it English names. Which mean, as an example, you as a Muslim, you say Muhammad, but doesn't mean that this is an English name. Hold on, your prophet name is Muhammad. So you see the same problem here. John, his name had the letter Ha. Okay, in Arabic we say Yohanna. In the Quran, Muhammad name is Muhammad. What you say in English, you say Muhammad. Now, do you have a prophet, his name is Muhammad or Muhammad? You will say no, it's Muhammad. So according to you, Muhammad name is not true, for it is Muhammad.
Are you finished?
Yes.
Okay. Are you finished?
Well, go ahead. Seriously? Do you accept Muhammad or Muhammad? Which one is the English name and the Arabic name?
Do you think Jesus knows John, Matthew?
Don't change the topic. Don't change the topic. You are the one who opened the topic. Hey, potato. Don't change the topic. You open. You make a question. You make a question. Finish it. Do you accept Muhammad name in English or in Arabic?
What's the title of your life? What's the title of your life?
The title of what?
What's the title of your live stream?
The title of my live stream?
This live stream.
Okay. What is the title? Tell me, what is the title? Go ahead.
I don't know.
You are stupid. You are the one who called me and you are the one who asked me a question. When I answer you, you don't want to talk about it no more. Isn't it you who said to me that John, his name, this is English name? Is it you or me? Who mentioned that?
You're the one who said.
Okay, so now I'm asking you, who is Muhammad? You said to me, who is John? If you open John, from the beginning of the book, you will see John is speaking about himself, who is he? Now I'm asking you, who is Muhammad? Where in the Quran we can find who is Muhammad?
In the early manuscript.
My friend, you are a potato. In the Quran, the name of Muhammad mentioned. In the Quran, the name of Muhammad mentioned 4 times. Nowhere it says who is Muhammad. It says here. Muhammad was not the.
What's the first complete manuscript?
What?
Do you know what's the complete manuscript?
Just go stupid. You know you have no courage even to speak about it. So let me make it clear. No. Let everybody laugh at you. Let everybody laugh at you. You are trying to say that the book of no. I want everybody to witness. You are trying to say. Hold on. Listen. You are saying that the book of Allah is gone. Let's see who is stupid. You are saying that the book of Allah is gone. Correct?
You don't know what
I'm asking you. Who are you saying? Why you don't want to let me talk? Are you saying? Just say yes or no. Are you saying that the book of Allah? I want. You see, you are a coward. You will not let me talk, and you will not let me answer you. I'm asking you. Let's just see who is stupid. The stupid is the one who believes that women have testicles in their breast. Is you. Guys, let us see who is the stupid. Listen. Everyone will listen to you and listen to me. Who is the stupid? The one who say that women they have testicles or me? Answer.
You're the phony.
Who is the one is stupid? The one who says women, because you are trying to convince me that the book of Allah is corrupt. Thank you very much. You lost the debate before you start, because you are saying to me that your God, Allah, is a stupid God. He sent the gospel to Isa and he don't have the gospel. Do your God have the gospel?
Dengerin.
There again. Okay, so you are a kid. You will not answer. You are going, just shut up. You are a coward like your prophet. Hummus. Falafel. Coward son of Muta. In order to show somebody that his book is wrong, you have to bring the right book. You don't have that. In order to believe in what's right, what's wrong, you have to have the right to prove what is wrong. You don't have that. You got a guy whose name is Muhammad, we do not know who's he. Who's Muhammad? You see those liars, they say to you, who is John? Go to the book of John and see John speak about himself, who is he? But if we go in the Quran, where we can find who is Muhammad? Nowhere. Who is Muhammad? If we go in the Quran and we search for Muhammad, we will find nothing about Muhammad. And Muhammad obviously cannot be his name, because sometimes he called him Muhammad, sometimes he called him Ahmad, sometimes he called him the Mustafa. Who is Muhammad? The Quran confirmed that Muhammad is nothing but a messenger, and indeed all the messengers before him pass away. And this is a true contradiction for the stupidity of Muhammad, because all the messengers, you see here between two brackets, they say many messengers pass away. It doesn't say that in the Quran. It says all messengers before him, they pass away. That means Jesus, he passed away. That means Muhammad's story in the Quran about Jesus is a lie. So who is Muhammad? They don't know. Yes, Fifi, how are you? Go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, Fifi, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, Fifi. Here we go. Another smart person. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question for you, so I want you to answer me. Okay, I will ask you right now.
Okay, answer. Okay, ask me right now.
So I was watching one of your videos, and you told me that like Kaaba is like pagan origin. Can you show me the proof?
Can you show me the proof? Yeah, for sure. It's very easy. Okay, if we go right now and we check, do you Muslims, and I think you are from India, don't you Muslims believe that Allah, he sent Adam to India, Sri Lanka specifically?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Isn't this where the Hindu is coming from? So why Adam is coming from Sri Lanka? What is the connection between Sri Lanka and Islam? And why Allah, he land Adam in Sri Lanka? Did you think Allah, he land Adam? Do you think Allah, he land Adam in the wrong place, or it was a chosen place by Allah?
This is not my question.
This is not your question. We are coming in the question. Here we go. So the first thing, Adam was an Indian guy from Sri Lanka. That is the root of Islam based on this. Secondly, the black stone in the Kaaba, which your prophet, he said that if you touch it, that will erase your sin. Is that the same stone the Hindus they have, which is a sexual stone?
Not every black stone is the same, you know.
No, it is the same. Here we go. Okay, let me ask you. I'm asking you. Was the Arab used to go around the Kaaba totally naked?
What?
Was the Arab used to go around the Kaaba totally naked?
Where did you get this from?
Here we go. This is Sahih Muslim. In front of you it says, narrated that the Arab, they used to go around the Kaaba, circumambulate around the Kaaba naked. Do you see it? Okay. So what is the religion? What is the religion was a practice there where people, they go, women and men, they go around the Kaaba naked. And why they are naked?
Give me the link.
Here we go. I will post the link for you. Here we go. Let me post the link. And this is Sahih Muslim. This is Sahih, authentic. You cannot say it is weak. So now I need your help. What was the religion practice at that time where people go around the Kaaba naked? What do you think? Why they are naked?
I didn't receive the link. Wait. Okay. Wait,
The link is
wait.
in the chat.
So is this Sahi or?
No, this is Da'if.
No, sorry. I'm see.
Huh?
I only no, I don't accept Daif one.
Hey,
You
but-
already know that.
okay, you don't accept Daif?
We have
Okay, we don't-
Sahi.
Okay, here we go. He don't accept Da'if, guys. No, this is not Da'if. This is Sahih. I was joking with you. This is Sahih Muslim. I mean, the book name is Sahih Muslim, and you say to me, is it Da'if? The name of the book is Sahih Muslim.
See, on the website you can have anything. So
Don't do the same as the one before you. He have a big mouth, but he have nothing to say. He keep calling you stupid, but he cannot say anything because he is a fool. He do not know what he's talking about. So what is the religion? They were practicing going around the Kaaba of Allah naked. And where was Allah all hundreds of years and people going around his house naked? What Allah was doing?
wait, the link is opening. Wait. So how did you found out that this from pagan origin?
Well, it's in front of you. Okay, you tell me this is the practice of the Kaaba before Islam, right? Okay, so who are those people who go naked around the Kaaba? What is the practice there? This is before Muhammad. Okay, so they are going. By the way, this is after Muhammad too. Muhammad, he was enjoying watching women going around the Kaaba naked. This is why one of them, she went naked and he liked her private part, so he said he want to marry her, and then she did not marry him, showing her vagina, and she was singing. According to your tafsir, does it say in the tafsir that the black stone became black because of the blood of women? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
Does it say in the tafsir that the black stone became a
No,
black
wait.
became a black because of the blood of women?
Okay, so I am trying to open the link, but there is something wrong. It is not open.
Everybody can open the link, guys. Is the link is open? The link I post for you? It's working, everybody. Come on. Look what
Okay,
Muslim look what Muslim Pepper he said. Abbas, he said Islam, he came to correct. Where is the correction? Show me one verse in the Quran says don't go around the Kaaba naked. Guys, Islam came to correct. If Fairuz, just you are a kid, just go. Man, I don't have time for kids. By the time you read the hadith, I will be sleeping and having 10 kids. A bunch of kids. Can't we find an adult? Abbas, can you show me the verse in the Quran that says don't go naked around the Kaaba? As long as Islam came to correct, where we can find that verse? I mean, how horrible it is that Allah did not mention for a second to Muhammad, tell those people to stop going naked around the Kaaba. All those years Muhammad was living in Mecca, he never said that. All those years he was in the other town, Allah did not give him the verses. Why? Allah did not see people going naked? Allah have time to tell us the story of Alexander the Great, have the time to tell us about the flying carpet of Sulaiman, have the time to tell us about the ant speaking, and Sulaiman hearing the speech of the ant, which is very funny and stupid because ants don't talk and they are deaf. But he have no time to tell Muhammad a verse in the Quran, tell them to stop going naked around my house. Huh? Islam is a pagan religion for sure, and the interpretation even confirm that Muslim women are the same as the pagan. You know, pagan are Muslim and Muslim are pagan. You see, let me show you something here. If we go and read as an example this verse, Chapter 2, verse number 158. Chapter 2, verse 158. Inna as-safa wal marwa min sha'airillah. Translation. The Safa and Al-Marwa from the ritual of Allah, the symbolic of Allah. Okay, how this happened? Let us go and read the interpretation, shall we? If we go and see the interpretation, you will see right away that this is nothing but pagan practice, happened in the time of Muhammad, and Muhammad is nothing but pagan person. So let us go here. Your connection is not what? Not private. It says my connection not private. I don't know why I cannot open the website. It says my connection not private. This is Feroz, the kid Feroz calling again. I don't know why. Let us try again. What connection not private? Look what it says for me. Your connection not private. I'm trying to open Tafsir at tafsir.com. Your connection not private. Okay, let us go to different Tafsir. First of all, my friend, your prophet command came too late, because this is at the end of his life. He was dying. Where was Muhammad to command this command when he was healthy and before he died? All those years he never mentioned go naked around the Kaaba, not even once in one speech. Let me go to the Tafsir. Hold on, give me a second. This is the Jordanian website is not working. 158. All right, let us go to Ibn Kathir, and this is the English version of Ibn Kathir, which is far away from the truth. But you will notice here that the Muslims in the time of Muhammad, they were complaining that we should not practice as-Safa and al-Marwa. Why? For this is the shrine of the pagan. So what Allah said to them, He said, by Allah, it is not a sin if someone did not perform tawaf around them. Okay, let's read more. Allah said to the Muslims, as-Safa and al-Marwa are the symbol of Allah. Okay, why? So it is not sin for him who perform Hajj or Umrah around them. You know what does that mean? Why Muslims they thought it is sin? Let us read. Okay, it seemed that this verse was revealed concerning two groups of and those are about al-Ansar. Let us see if he will say that too. Sabi said Isaf was an idol and on as-Safa, and Naila was an idol on al-Marwa. So there's two idols, one in as-Safa. The Safa is little hill, and al-Marwa is little tiny hill too. And between those two, on those hills, they put one idol for a man and one idol for a woman. Supposedly those two, they have sexual intercourse inside the Kaaba. They used to touch or kiss them. After Islam came, they were hesitate and performing tawaf between them. So you see, they used to kiss them before Islam, and they used to touch them before Islam. And now Islam confirming that this is from Allah. Do you see it? It was a place of idols, one idol for a woman and one idol for a man. The man is naked, the woman is naked, because simply those about idols who they had sex in the Kaaba, and they used to go and touch them and kiss them. Who? The Arab before Islam. The Arab after Islam, they were hesitating, should we do that? Because this is what we used to do before. Muhammad, he said yes, this is from the ritual of Allah. Why? Because there's a group of al-Ansar, they will not tolerate anyone to stop them. This is their belief. So Muhammad, because he is a hypocrite, he compromised. He said, okay, touch as-Safa and Marwa, it is a symbolic from Allah. Do you see it? This is what as-Safa and Marwa is. So Muhammad, this is why the verse, did you ask yourself why the verse says it's not sin to do it? Why they thought it's sin? Because it is a pagan practice. And why Allah He need this Safa and Marwa? You have the Kaaba already, the house of Allah supposedly. What's Safa and Marwa for? But because there's a group of people, you see, I'm trying to open the other page for this Jordanian website, but it's not working. I don't know why, you know. Let me see if there is a solution for this. Give me a second. Advanced. What is advanced is? This is my security. This is from my security. It was not allowing me. Okay. Now we knew why. Hold on. All right. Okay, chapter 2, 158. No, it's open. I will wait for your screen a second. Give me a second, please. Here we go. Guys, read with me carefully. This is Tafsir al-Jalalain, not Tafsir Christian Prince. It says what? That it says that the pagan Arab, read carefully. This verse was revealed when the Muslim were a verse. This circumambulation because the pagan Arab used to circumambulate them, and there was an idol in the top of each mountain they used to stroke. It is reported from Ibn Abbas. See, this is a practice of the pagan. Why Muhammad? What Muhammad have to do with it? How this is became from the ritual of Allah? If you go to Ibn Abbas, let us see Ibn Abbas, the cousin of Muhammad. You will see clearly that this is, actually, you know what? Let us go to the book of Asbab al-Nuzul, the reason for the verse to come down. It's even easier to understand. You will see here that the one who requested this was Al-Ansar. Al-Ansar, who they are pagan Arab, who they worship as-Safa and al-Marwa. They refuse any command not to do, practice this. And Muhammad, he cannot risk it and lose Al-Ansar. Ansar, which mean the helpers. So, this was revealed about a group of people from the helpers before Islam. Do you see it? Those are helpers, the Ansar. They are the one who practice this religion. They used to make a pilgrimage to go around the Manat, and they were forbidden to go between As-Safa and Al-Marwa. So when they join Islam, they want to do that too. They will not stop. They don't care Muhammad, he agree, he don't agree, they will not stop. So Muhammad, the filthy coward prophet, he compromised because he will not accept to lose them. He need them in his war. So he said, okay, As-Safa and Al-Marwa, it was from the shrine of Allah, so practice it and there is no sin of it. Do you see it? Islam is very pure pagan religion. If we go in the hadith, you will see that the Muslim confirm that Muhammad was a pagan person. Why? He is the one who was one of those who carried the black stone. The Muslim, they report a story that even Muhammad, when he was young, he was carrying the holy stone of the pagan Arab. So the hadith says, let us see, we used to worship stones. And I want you to focus with me carefully here. And this is Sahih Bukhari, hadith number 4376. We used to worship stones, and we use, look, we used to worship stones, and when we found a better stone, we make the text bigger a little bit so you guys can read it better. Okay. We would throw the first one and take the later. See, always they look for better stone. But if we could not get a stone, we used to collect some earth, i.e. soil, and then bring a sheep milk and sheep it over it, and like milk it over it, and perform tawaf. Do you see the word tawaf? Do you see the word tawaf? Around it. Do you see it? So the Muslims are pagan, the same as the pagan Arab before them. Everything the Arab used to do, they carry on. The Arab used to worship stones, kiss stones, lick stones, put their hand in their vagina and put it inside the black stone. Muhammad, he carry on. They used to go naked. Until now, the Muslim, by the way, they are naked. If you go right now, if we search, let me show you. If we show you how Muslim they dress when they go to Hajj, it's a nakedness clothing presenting the Hindus. Exactly the same as the Hindus. And the same as the Buddhas. Let me show you. They are totally naked in the Kaaba, literally. Look at this. You think that those people, they just came from the shower. How this can be a clothes to meet your God with? Do you see it? They put a sheet around themselves and they show the right shoulder have to be open or with the same exactly as the Hindu and as the Buddha priest. And this is where their clothes is coming from. And not only that, they shave their head when they go to do Hajj. You can go right now and search for Hindu and Buddha priest, and you will see how they dress. Let us do that. Hold on. Give me a second. Now, I am not an expert in the Hindu religion. But you do not need to be a genius. Exactly the same. And the color can change depending on the location. Do you see it? They show the right shoulder. It's just a sheet. They shave their head. And this is what Muhammad and his followers they practice around the Kaaba. The Hindu they have a black stone, Shiva stone. The Muslim they have the black stone, which is a holy stone present the vagina. Right? Yasin saying my Bible have some polytheist legend like Allah. Well, that's your statement. Prove it, so we can laugh at you. Any Muslim have a comment? Muhammad, in the beginning of his life, he was trying to convince the Jews that he is a Jew. This is why all his life, when he was a prophet, most of it, he was praying in the direction to Jerusalem. The one who is behind going back to the roots as pagan is Umar ibn al-Khattab. Who is the one who decide where to pray for? It was Umar. Which is raise a question about who is Allah. Allah is Umar. My Lord conquered with my judgment on 3 occasions, in the case of the station of Abraham, in the case of observe of veil, and in the case of a prisoner of Badr. By the way, there's some hadith says 10 things, this hadith says 7 things, 5 things. So each one of them he give you different thing. Who is the one who came with the Kaaba to be the station of Allah again? It was Umar. Islam is made by Umar, not by Muhammad. As you see in the front of your eyes. Actually, even Muhammad, he says, if there is a prophet to be after me, it will be Umar. He said that because Umar, he got him busted. He is stealing what Umar say. He put it in the Quran. The hijab is from Umar. The Kaaba is from Umar. The change of the wives of Muhammad from Umar. Umar is the caliphate, the companion of Muhammad. Islam is a pure pagan. You know, when Muhammad he say, if you touch the black stone, that will erase your sin. How that can be not a pagan? Any Muslim want to explain to us? How this is not a pagan practice? Touching black stones and the Yemeni corner erase your sin. Feroz saying, look, Feroz is supposed to be smart. He's saying, are you saying that the Indian, they were in the Hindus, they were in the Arabian Peninsula during the time of Muhammad? You know, Feroz, sometimes stupidity is a blessing, honestly, because it makes you feel comfortable. You are the one who called me and you agreed that Adam came from Sri Lanka, correct? That's mean, yes, according to, obviously there was Indian coming to the Arabian Peninsula. And actually, if you look at the map, India is just a few kilometers away from Saudi Arabia. The sea between them is just a few hours in the ship. But what make it funny that Adam is coming from Sri Lanka, which is the statement of your funny prophet. Not only stupid is proving to us the roots of Islam, but if we look at it, let us love together. Sri Lanka. Okay. This is Sri Lanka. How Adam was able to cross, because he is not in India, he is in Sri Lanka, which is part of India, yes, but I mean now it's a different country, but it is not really connected to India. There is a sea between them. So how Allah he sent this man Adam to Sri Lanka, and then this man Adam he was able to go all the way to Mecca. Maybe Adam was a champion of swimming and he was able to cross from Sri Lanka to the land. And not only that, every year, according to Muhammad, Adam he did practice Hajj 40 times during his lifetime. So we do not know how many years. Supposedly, according to Muslim, he did live more than 1,000 a year. So if you say in 1,000 a year he did Hajj 40 times, that will be, let us see. We use the calculator, 1,000 divided to 40. This is every 25 years. Every 25 years, Adam, he have to swim from Sri Lanka all the way to India, and then he have to go all the way to Mecca, and then he go back to Sri Lanka. I'm not going to ask you how Adam was able to find Mecca without GPS. without map, I'm not going to ask you how he crossed the sea. I'm going to ask you why he made him land in Sri Lanka. And by the way, Adam was landed in Sri Lanka, but anyone knows where Eve was landed? Who knows where Eve landed? Anyone remember? Just to show you the stupidity of this cult. All of it is fiction stories collected from here and there. Eve, according to some Islamic stories, she landed in Yemen. Adam was landed in Sri Lanka. Okay, how they met again? I am guessing that Adam, he sent a WhatsApp message to Eve. Hey, what's up? Where are you now? And then Eve, she sent him her location, or maybe Viber. And this is how they were able to find each other again. I mean, have you ever heard of a stupid cult like this? I am thinking in that time maybe there was Facebook and been destroyed by the flood of Noah. Maybe, you never know. Destroyed, now we don't have it no more. Because how Adam and Eve, they met together again? Very tough question, brother. Extremely hard to answer, you know? Yeah. Adam was what? So he could, guys, look at the answer of Pharaoh. Look. This is a Muslim. He squeezed his head so hard and he come with the answer. Adam was giant. So he could swim through long distance in water. Abdul, you are really stupid. If he is giant or small, that will not change how his ability to swim. Because if you are giant, it's going to take you the same effort to carry your body, because now you have a giant body. So your size will not actually, the bigger the size of your body, the harder will be for you. Stupid. I mean, look at this answer. He was giant, so he can swim. Yeah. All right, guys. I think we have good time for today. Until now, the internet hope is going to stay fine for later broadcast. So feel free to share it with your friends. And for sure, the video became long about this guy answering the guy. You can cut it off pieces. And always, when you download videos, try to change the title unless there is a purpose of keeping the same title. So I want to say thank you for being here. May the Lord bless you and protect you from all lies and all evil, like Muhammad, a person who was a sex offender. Christ is Lord, Islam is false, and we prove it every day. Take care.